As business owners, sometimes we get so focused on increasing our profit margins, on finding investors and growing our businesses, we sometimes forget that we also need to nurture these assets that keep our companies afloat. As a reminder, our employees provide inspiration, creativity, vision, and motivation that keeps an organization alive. They provide the skills and the competencies necessary to make the organization work. They provide the labor that produces the goods or supplies the services that an organization supplies. They are a major and often the most important resource that an organization has. Now, these are prepared remarks, so forgive me because they are not sometimes, but they are always the most important resource that an organization has. And in a market that is focused on innovation and customer service, as ours is, our people are the most important competitive edge that we have. And I say this all the time in relation to CARICOM, so I'm going to move away from my prepared remarks. In CARICOM, when you look at the imbalance of trade that does exist, the way that we can create a balance of trade is to allow the Jamaican people who are the best service providers in the region to have access to jobs outside of Jamaica. So that's just a point for my recent thrust. It is therefore important that we do what we can to continuously develop our people's knowledge and competencies. Numerous studies have shown that while a good salary is important to most employees, the majority also want to see their employers showing an interest in enhancing their personal development and developing their skills and knowledge base. At Wisynco, one of the things that I've done over the years in order to try and take innovation from some of our people is I've tried to interact directly with people at every level in the organization. My daughter recently sent me, she's in university abroad, and she sent me a note and she said, "What is shared bias information?" How many people inside here know what shared bias information is? Within an organization, when you have the same set of information being shared by executives or managers, you tend to come to the same decision. And if you take a group of executives at a level who always get the same information, they end up making a lot of the times, sometimes an incorrect decision. So one of the things that I've come to realize is you need to formalize in every organization structurally where you take people from lower levels of the organization at every level, middle management and even lower, and take information from them to develop the standards, innovation, requests for customer service and satisfaction or improvement in production processes. And that is what I have done informally. So I think a lot of our management over the years who in organizations that are truly successful use that relationship with the employees at the very levels from the ground right up to be able to take and remove that shared bias information. So for those of you who didn't know what it is, I didn't know, so I know I'm informing you. So this starts with training, and it doesn't always mean a paid course. It also includes using colleagues as mentors. This is basically what I was referring to. Cross-department collaboration, participating in online courses. People that are not competent become less inclined to help customers and colleagues in cases where their ignorance becomes known. They also lose pride in the job, in doing a job well, and they have the impression that the company is not interested in them. This sets up a vicious circle of ignorance and results in dissatisfied, demotivated, and potentially disruptive staff. We have spoken for years about decline in productivity in Jamaica, and it is safe to say a lack of continuous training and opportunities for growth could be one of the very reasons for this in our country. Even people who can do their current job will feel neglected and undervalued if we do not take an interest in their personal and career development. Perhaps most importantly, we need to find ways to involve and empower all employees. Involvement could take the form of asking staff, including non-management, to participate in important decision-making. Give them the opportunity to lead teams, initiatives, task force, and meetings, as well as establishing policies, programs, and procedures. Create leadership teams exclusively consisting of or including non-management top performers. We need to let employees contribute regardless of their experience level or job title. Via these teams, non-managers can be given a seat at the table through which they can help to shape the organization's culture, strategy, and important initiatives and decisions. This is basically what I was speaking to, and I think it's critical. Finally, excellent organizations must recognize that their relationship with their people should go beyond the specifics of the contract and the financial remuneration. They acknowledge the value that the persons bring to the organization through recognizing, rewarding, and caring for them. It is a part of human nature to like to be recognized and rewarded for doing something well. It makes people feel good about themselves and the organization that they work for. It motivates them to try again the next time. The most important thing in our organization at Wisynco, and I speak now again about Wisynco, is that we allow our management to make mistakes and learn from them. It's when they make too many repeatedly that you have to get involved. But if you don't give your management the autonomy and at every single level to run their business within their own sphere of responsibility, then you basically cannot grow as an organization.